Hey everyone, it's me, Vinblue. FNAF has a lot of towers, so I had a wild idea to let my community share their awesome ideas on FNAF tower concepts. Sounds good on paper, right? Well, it's only on paper. I already expected a lot of brain rot towers even before I asked, but some of these towers are just insane, and you will definitely want to stay around to see these crazy towers ideas. If you want to participate in these events I do often, make sure to join the Discord. It will be in the description in the pinned comments, but now let's get into the actual ideas. First up, we have the Insurance Agent Tower made by Peter Griffin. The way that the tower works is that when you take damage, you get more money. Or the more damage you've taken. Never mind. There's a placement of 2, and every wave you get money, the lower health you have. I don't really see many uses to this, but it's cool, I guess. I would still prefer Price Corner and even Marketer, since losing health in late game is insanely difficult without dying. Next up is the Logan Paul Tower made by SpongeBob Toaster. The first level doesn't do anything, but the second one gets him throwing prime bottles at the enemies that poison them. Okay. At the third level, he gets an ability that throws drippy cheese and it explodes. I mean, this tower seems pretty good, so, I would probably use it on my loadout if it was an actual thing. Next up is the Walter White Tower made by Moon. He gives white candy to the animatronics, and there's a 90% chance that they speed up and health increase, a 9.9% chance that they get slowed, and a 0.1% chance that they die instantly. This tower's gambling, and I'm all for it. Jokes aside, this tower's really bad. Next idea is Charlotte Emily by Jake. The tower acts like Golden Crook Boss from TDS, as it spawns units that does damage, and the tower itself also does damage. It's a pretty cool tower, and I really like the concept of Charlotte, the idea, since it matches the game's lore. Next up, we have the Camper Tower made by Omar. The Camper is a cliff tower with hidden and flying detections, and the further he is from the enemy, the more damage he does. This idea is actually very good, and it's the opposite of Arcade Attendant. The one problem is that it is insanely map dependent. The next up is the Xander Tower, made by Xander. So, Xander apparently wrote a whole essay of a tower with 13 levels, so I'm just gonna summarize it all. He one-shots every enemy from level 2 to 4, and pretty much everything after that is just brain rot. I will not use this tower because Xander hasn't done a collaboration with me in forever. Next up is the Skibbity Toilet Tower made by NT. Once again, they wrote a whole giant paragraph, so I'm just going to summarize it. It does negative damage. Yeah, I mean, I would actually kind of use this just to bully people in, like, random matches. Next up is the My New Character Tower, made by Kai. He doesn't do anything and just stands there. Awesome concept. I expect this tower to be added by the end of the year. Talking about end of the year, I have a milestone to see if we can reach 1.5 thousand subs by the end of 2024. So if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. Begging out of the way, let's continue. Now we have the Vinblue Tower made by Gaming Guy. Quote, creates videos of different games and become millionaire. Pretty good tower. The next idea is Frisk made by Resis. I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. So this tower is like TDX towers where you can pick 2 sides, Pacifist or Genocide. Genocide does damage while Pacifist is a buffer, I think. Genocide also spawns Sans while Pacifist spawns Ezreal, even though he's a villain, but alright. It's a cool tower concept, and I do see a lot of strategy being put into it. Next, we have the Bear 5 Tower made by Blue Demon. Blue Demon actually drew the concept, which is very cool, so let's see this. It seems like a normal tower. Wow, that's a first. Well, it's just a very overpowered tower, but it's also very expensive to even it out. I see how people could substitute Pizza Chef for this, for Bear 5, since both of them are DPS gods, so yeah, I really like this idea. Lastly but not least, we have myself, technically. I decided to join in on the fun and make my own concept. I already have my own tower in the game, but why not make another one? I introduce to you the Electrician Tower made by Vinblue and a fellow friend, Ducky. The electrician works exactly like Electroshocker from TDS. It has the ability to do damage through chain reactions, and at later levels, it also becomes a very good support tower as it can stun enemies. Here's a fast sketch I made of it, and this tower would be very good because, Electroshocker is cool. Well, that's all I have for now. I know I have a terrible posting schedule, but I've been busy with schoolwork and other stuff, so I hope you all forgive me. If you want to join my community, the Discord server is in the description and the pinned comments. With that being said, for now, that's all, folks.